welcome back to my channel. So today we have a super exciting video for you guys. We are doing a haul, but it's not just your regular run-of-the-mill fragrance buy haul. There is the anniversary sale. If you follow me on Instagram, or if you would have seen in the kind of YouTube stories on my community tab that I put up, yesterday, the anniversary sale started on Fragrance Buy, and if you got there in time, you could have been a part of the first 2,000 people to get kind of a mystery gift. But if not to worry, there are a whole bunch of Doorcrashers and amazing new fragrances added to the website, and there are some great deals. So I will put the coupon codes and the two main deals in the description box below for you guys. But if you spend $88, then you get 8% off, and it's Mystery 8. Again, all the codes will be in the description box. And if you spend $100, I think it's $148, then there is another coupon code and you get an extra 10% off. If there are fragrances that you've been keeping your eye out on and that you want to get, or if you want to check out the new arrivals, there's a whole bunch. Definitely do. And we are going to get to the fragrances that I have from Fragrance Buy. You guys know they're my favorite place to buy fragrances online from. I love just buying from them. I love the customer service. I love working with them, and yeah, they're amazing. And I've spent, I don't even know how much money buying fragrances from them, but I just have the best experience, and I can always find things that I'm like looking for and that I can't find other places, or that I can find on a deal. So without further ado, we are going to get to the fragrances themselves. Again, if you're interested in all the details of the sale, it will be very clearly in the description box, but I'm so excited. I have the box over here. I can't even get it in the frame, but it's the big red box, and it's a big one. And we're just gonna get to all the scents. I have 5, and I have a first really big, important, like to me, niche that we'll save for a little bit later. But we're gonna start with the sample. Sometimes with your orders in Fragrance Buy, you get samples, and this time I did. And it's a Nishane fragrance, and it's B-612. I was really confused. I felt like I couldn't find the name when I first got this, because I didn't even recognize that would have been the name of the fragrance, but it is. And this lists cypress, lavender, geranium, cashmere, cedar, sandalwood, patchouli, musk, oak moss, and tonka. This, because it's a sample, I allow myself to be able to spray it before the videos and not do like a full first impressions, because I have to let myself get into something. And I'm really happy I did, because I sprayed it before I went for a really long walk, and it gave me like the opportunity to see how it wore, and you know, the top notes and the middle, and like the, you know, the base, the sillage. And I have to say, if I were to have judged this based on the notes and name, I really would not have given this fragrance a second look. I cannot explain to you, and I hate that I like this fragrance because it's another niche fragrance. It's not, you know, inexpensive by any means. And it's so unlike me, but it's a really, really somewhat surprising, intoxicating fragrance for me. It's like a really nice, almost aftershave-y scent. I will say, just like all Nishane fragrances, I think, at least on Fragrantica, they tend to be marketed as unisex, so they'll show like for men and women. While I love this and I would wear it on me, I will say it is quite male leaning. It's quite a masculine fragrance. It smells a little bit like aftershave, and not that it's like a bitter masculine, but it really does smell a bit barbershoppy. But oh my God, I just love it. It's like woody and clean and like cologne-y, if that makes any sense. But I would have never ever considered it, because the notes just really don't especially speak to me. And you know, the patchouli and oak moss, I feel like are not apparent in this at all. So if those are notes that really aren't your jam like me, then don't let that scare you at all. I'm really interested. This is a sample I'm definitely going to be nursing and enjoying. And I kept thinking to myself, like I said, it was a really long walk. I kept thinking why or how this is lasting so well. The sillage on this was so strong with just like one spray on my hand like I did right now. I could smell it so strong and for such a long time. And then I came back and checked the box and it's an extrait de parfum. So it has even more perfume oil content than an eau de parfum. And that made a lot more sense. So I really did like it. It was surprising, but it's a sample I'm definitely going to be enjoying. And I do recommend it for sure, at least for a sample, and see if you feel the same. All right, now usually I leave the one I'm most excited for last, but I'm going a little out of order today because I want to stick with the same house, and I'm also just too excited, to be quite honest. So I know that for Nishane, the first fragrance that probably comes to mind for a lot of people, or their favorite, is Ani, and I've sampled it. I do own a sample of it, and it was nice, but I think you will have seen if you saw that haul that it really just didn't impress me. Not that it was bad, but it just, I couldn't really get the hype over it at all. And I know I'm in the minority there, but honestly, I was more impressed by B-612 just because there was no hype around it. So for me, Ani is not going to be a fragrance I purchase. It's just not worth the hype for me. And I was glad I got to sample it. But a fragrance that I've always been really curious about, and I haven't managed to sample it before, getting the full bottle, so we're jumping in head first, is actually Wulong Cha by Nishane. It's their tea fragrance. I have been so curious about this. I love, like, I feel like I'm gonna love everything about it, and I've never seen the box, and there's just like all these little drawings of different like people throughout history. And I'm so excited. So this will be a huge disappointment personally if I'm not into it, because I've built this one up the way I think everyone else has built up Ani. And this, just notes before we get started, has bergamot, orange, mandarin, lychee, tea, nutmeg, fig, and musk. So I've never owned a Nishane fragrance, like a full bottle. I've only ever sampled the two, Ani and B-612. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna open, I think this is like a little card or something on top. So nervous. Oh yeah, ooh, it's so fancy. There's a card, which I have no idea what's inside. Probably just information about the fragrance. Oh no, it's a postcard. That's so sweet. Oh my God, yeah. This postcard with tea and fig. I am so excited. And this is on Fragrance Buy, obviously. So if you've also been intrigued about the scent and you want to get it for a better deal than retail, then they have it. And let's take it out. This is also an extrait de parfum. So maybe Nishane is all extrait de parfums. And this is the 50 ml. Here she is. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't believe I really love new fragrances, as you guys will know from my millions of hauls, but it's like an added level of excitement if it's the first fragrance from a house, because I don't know, I've just always been that way. So let's hold our breath and remain excited and see what we think. Oh my God. Wow, this is, honestly, I was a little bit scared before I smelled it that it was just gonna smell like a generic tea fragrance, and it doesn't. There is something really like, it's strange because there isn't any floral notes in this, but smelling it, to me, there is a really beautiful, like, clean, almost clean rose floral. Ooh, it's so beautiful. It's a really nice steeped tea note in there. bright citrus. Again, that like to me, what smells like a clean rose or like a clean floral intermixed, but it's a really beautiful tea fragrance. And to think, because all the tea fragrances that I have really aren't great or amazing performers. They tend to be lighter scents. They're usually eau de colognes or eau de toilettes. And yeah, I just tend to feel like usually more often than not, they tend to be lighter fragrance. Obviously Flower Bomb has tea in it and that performs quite well, but I'm talking about like your, you know, tea centric scents. And this, if it performs the way B612 does and it performs the way Extrait de Parfums tend to perform, oh, it's so nice. It's a bit like, it's like oolong tea and citrus, but it's got that bright citrus that's, you know, tart, but there's like a tinge of floral sweetness that I really actually like. The fig in here isn't super, super strong. It's not, I would say it's much more of a tea fragrance than a fig fragrance, but, and supposedly there's, you know, musk and nutmeg in the base. So I'm excited to kind of wear this and do tests and see if it actually gets a little bit, you know, warmer and yeah, just warmer and richer in the base. But even if it stays exactly like this, this is very much going to be my favorite tea scent, I think, in my collection. At least in the first impressions, it's really, really impressing me. Like, this immediately off the bat makes me happy and smiling and wanting to do full wear tests the way that personally for me, Ani never did. So that is Wulong Cha. I'm so happy with it. I was so nervous. I'm really, really happy that this is actually my first Nishane full bottle, because I would have hated to fallen into the hype of something that just doesn't really work for me the way that this does. So very happy to have that. And we will quickly move along. So the next one is actually, it's a fragrance I've been curious about for ages, and it's a celebrity fragrance, but it's interesting, and I've never, it's not that it's expensive, but I've never bit the bullet. So this is Girl by Pharrel Williams, and it's an eau de parfum. This is just the rollerball, the 10 ml rollerball. And it's called Girl for girls and boys. It's supposed to be a unisex fragrance. The bottle, the full bottle itself and the design is actually something that, like, I don't mind. I actually think it's kind of cool. And I remember the full bottle was on Fragrance Buy for a while, and it was in the set, and I kept adding it to my cart and removing it a million times, you guys. And then finally, you know, with this anniversary sale, I was really, really, really happy to try it out. So I actually don't know whether or not this is a spray or rollerball. I'm hoping it's spray. It is spray, thank God. And this is what it looks like. So obviously because I just have the mini like decant or the little 10 mils, it doesn't have that bottle, but it's like white and colorful pink and blue with like this kind of drawing of a girl. And I've always heard sort of mixed reviews on this, but the people who like it really gave it props for being an out of the box scent, especially for a celebrity fragrance. And from as far as I know, this is the only Pharrel Williams fragrance I've ever heard of anyway. So this lists white pepper, lavender, neroli, violet, iris, styrax, vetiver, cedar, sandalwood, and patchouli. So I'm intrigued. I've also very much heard that it's a unique scent and it's not everyone's cup of tea, and that it's not blind buy worthy, but this is just a 10 ml. So even if it doesn't work out, at least I didn't get the full bottle, but let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. This has definitely got a, I don't even know, kind of like a, there's a peppery and spiced, like very spicy powder. I don't feel like iris and violet are in this the way that I like. This kind of smells extremely peppery on my skin, at least. And a little bit like sour as well. It's not the kind of scent that I would originally be drawn into, I'll be honest. It's kind of like herbal and peppery and green. Very happy I didn't get the full bottle because this is going to be enough for a lifetime. I can see what people were saying in terms of uniqueness. If you like something if you enjoy pepper as a note, and if you like fragrances that tend to be more earthy and green, and kind of like a spiced musk, this has a lot of like those elements and wet woods and vetiver, and it's very unisex in that it kind of smells, in a way, it's starting to smell like an old church, or like old buildings, old wood. Yeah. It reminds me of something commodity would come out of, like those fragrances where they have like book and paper and gold and silver, and they just kind of, all their fragrances, to me, at least the ones I've tried, have been fragrances that personally I wouldn't wear on me. I feel like they're a lot more of like a home scent, or like a candle scent or a room spray, and that's kind of how I feel about this. So yeah, this is a collaboration that I remember, it's actually like Comme des Garçons. It was Pharrel Williams and Comme des Garçons, and I've never tried any fragrances from them, so maybe that's just more of their vibe. It's very unisex, it's very earthy, it's very, some would say chic, but like in a indie fragrance kind of way. So that's Girl by Pharrel Williams. All right, now the next fragrance we're gonna get to, I'm actually very, very intrigued and interested about. I'm not sure, I keep thinking back to my collection and wondering if I've ever had an Afnan fragrance. I might not, so I'll put it in the edits right here somewhere if I've checked and I actually don't have a fragrance by Afnan, in which case this is another first from the house. But what interested me most in this is that it's supposed to be another type of dupe, or along the same lines of Oud for Greatness and Oud for Glory. And I do actually have like a sample of one of those and a full bottle of the other, and I did a comparison of Oud for Greatness and Oud for Glory a while ago, which you guys really did enjoy. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely do, because for me, like, the inexpensive one was 100% worth the money, and so close. So I'm very interested to see how close this comes to that. This is way less of an attempt of being a dupe, because the Oud for Greatness, Oud for Glory, like even their bottles look the same, like they really were supposedly very similar and trying to be. But this one isn't trying that much. So we will just see. So it comes with this sleeve and it's very heavy. So I didn't realize, but this actually has a stunning box. Now, I feel like every niche or expensive house needs to take note of these kinds of boxes, because houses that have like $200, $300, $400, $500 fragrances, why are they coming in? I'm not even a box person, but they should not be coming in cardboard boxes like this. The boxes, the regular boxes from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, I'm so surprised. Like, I bought Femme Pluriel from them and it was just a normal box, and I never understood that. This is stunning. Let me look. This is a hard plastic box. It's very heavy. You open it this side, there's another like, you know, gold metallic thing to it. You open this up, on this side it says crafted by Afnan, and there's whole little spiel etched in. So that's a whole thing. And here's the fragrance, which I'm assuming is incredibly heavy because the bottle, or the box itself, is very, very heavy. Okay, so I'm gonna close the box and put it here. Very good packaging. It's a box I 100% will be keeping. And the bottle itself is heavy as well. So here's what it looks like. It's kind of an ombre brown to gold. It's got the crest, and this is called Supremacy in Oud, if I haven't mentioned. Supremacy in Oud by Afnan. So this lists saffron, nutmeg, lavender, oud, sweet notes, musk, and patchouli. So it definitely has the saffron, oud, sweet note combination where you see that in like Baccarat Rouge 540 dupes, but then it also has some of the notes that are in Oud for Greatness, Oud for Glory, and I'm intrigued. I definitely love those kinds of scents, especially when they tend to lean a little bit more towards the oud. So let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, 100% in that whole area of fragrances. I think I'm gonna have to do another comparison, comparing this to, if I still have my sample, then it'll be great. If not, I can just compare it to the other full bottle, but wow. This, I have to say, right off the bat, what I'm noticing more of a difference of, and again, this is just a first impression, this has a little bit of like a smokier, yeah, it's a bit of a smokier oud. It still has that medicinal sweet side that Baccarat Rouge 540 has, and all its dupes and Oud for Glory that you either love or hate. I love it personally, I really do, but for a while there I was getting sick of it, and I haven't smelled these kinds of fragrances in a while, so it's nice to, I'd kind of put them all on hold. Yeah, this one has a little bit of a smokier oud, and it has almost a more mintier side to its like saffron sweetness. Not minty exactly, but that's the best way I can describe it, where it's a little bit more crisp and fresh, leaning towards being mint smelling. Okay, well, I'm very intrigued. I personally would love to do a comparison of this and the Oud for Greatness, Oud for Glory, especially because this is another inexpensive find and huge price differences between this and the original. So yeah, let me know if you're interested. I would love to do a comparison on that. And then finally, the last one is actually the only one that's not a blind buy. I have loved it for ages. It is a fragrance that I'm almost done the decant of. I just can't get enough. And again, the anniversary sale seemed like the perfect time to actually get a bottle. So this is by Jean-Paul Gaultier. It's So Scandal. This is my favorite of the Scandals that I've tried thus far, and I'm so happy to have it. It's like grape candy to the max. So we will kind of rediscover it together, but this has raspberry, tuberose, musk, jasmine, and orange blossom. It's very easily better than the original Scandal for sure, which in my opinion is the worst of them all. Oh my God, this is to die for. If you are a grape note fiend like me, if you love when orange blossom goes grapey like I do, and if you love when it just smells like purple grape candy and yeah, like purple grape candy and white florals had a baby, So Scandal is for you. It's kind of along the same lines as the kind of My Way, but to me, So Scandal is a better scent than My Way. I said it, I know My Way is beloved by many. I own My Way and I love it, but this goes way more strong on the sweetness. So I will say that it's better in my opinion because it's a lot stronger of a scent in terms of sweetness, and it's a lot deeper of like a grape candy scent. If you don't like that and you prefer it to be a little bit more of like a greener orange blossom or less sweet, then don't go for this. Jean-Paul Gaultier is notorious for his sweetness, obviously, and you either love that or you don't. But if you do, I really prefer when it's sweet like this rather than like a sickly honey sweet, the way that Scandal is. You might love that, But honey is a tricky note for me. This is a grape freezy, grape candy, synthetic grape lover's dream. I absolutely love it. I will easily go through this bottle like mad because I've been rationing out that sample, and yeah, I absolutely love it. So those were all the fragrances, and now let's put them in order. All right. This was actually a pretty easy one to put in order. I am very, very pleased with my order. So we will start from worst to best, as I like to do. In worst place, it was very simple for me. This is Girl, Pharrel Williams, Comme des Garçons. It is just not my sort of scent. It is peppery and vetiver and woody and kind of like wet woods, and it's very unisex. It feels like it's going to stick around for a long time, so it might be a scrubber for me personally, but it's just a little bit too much. I'm not even sure if I want my home to smell like this. I'll go out and say that. But what I do like is that it's in a decant. So first of all, I can still keep it and not waste a lot of space, and use it to tell you guys if it's, you know, close to other ones and use as reference. And if I do give away, I can feel comfortable giving it away because it's not part of my full bottle saving thing. So that is in last place. In fifth place, actually, I will put, and from then onwards, from here onwards, I do like all the scents, so it becomes different than Girl. Supremacy and Oud by Afnan. The only reason I'm putting it in fourth place, sorry, not fifth, is because I do have two other scents in my collection that smell like this. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited to do a comparison video, but these final roundups are kind of a way for me to gauge what I'm most excited to do a wear test on and to continue wearing. And this is just a scent that, for me, with the collection that I have and the size that I have, it's gonna fall a little bit lower on the list because it's not deeply, deeply unique. But I think it'll be a great comparison video topic, and it'll help you guys because I know you really liked the Oud for Glory, Oud for Greatness, and these kinds of scents are still popular, it seems, of that like Oud, sweet, Baccarat Rouge 540 vibe, saffron. Some people are over it, some people still, you know, live and die by it. So that's in fourth place. In third place, actually, I will put B-612. I don't know if I'm gonna get around to getting a full bottle, but it is full bottle worthy to me. It is really, really, really nice. It lasts a long time. It's clean. It's, you know, ever so slightly masculine, but in the best way. And I really, really did enjoy wearing that one. Now the top two spots were really hard because I loved them both equally, but I had to kind of gauge what I would wear more often. And oh, it was really hard. So I think I'm most excited for Nishane's Wulong Cha. I've just not owned anything full bottle from this collection. It's the fragrance I'm most looking forward to doing full wear tests, and I'm just really, really excited about it. So this, both in terms of the scent and my excitement, kind of pushes it a little bit closer to first place, and a very close second, because I think I'm more comfortable with the scent and so familiar with it because I've had that decant, is So Scandal. This is like me in a bottle. I love this. It is Grape Candy Dreams, and it's by far the best of the Scandal range by Jean-Paul Gaultier. So I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. As I mentioned before, there are all the details on the anniversary sale going on right now. So if you want something and you live in Canada and the United States, definitely go get it. All the descriptions are in the description box below on the sale. And make sure you do, because the sale actually ends on October 31st on Halloween at midnight. So there's not much time left. Go and get what you most desire and get a discount, and check out the Doorcrashers as well. Don't forget to leave me in the comments below which one of these fragrances you've tried or you'd like to try. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye.